on our website. So in the past, you had to search a little bit more to access news from the registrar. Now that's really easy. It's right on the homepage, and it's linked to the homepage. Under the news section, you'll also find news that are specific to the board of directors and the different committees. And I won't go through the detail today. I'll let you browse at your leisure, but you will see the latest minutes from each committee, as well as when their next meetings are scheduled and what work priorities are ongoing for each committee. Okay. So we also included a new section about us, and I think this is really useful to know who works at the college and how you can reach us. We also added a link to a map to locate the college, which we didn't have in the past. So our webmaster was able to do that for us. So we did, as we mentioned before, we moved in July, so maybe not everybody is aware of where our office is. So I just think that's a neat little feature, and you can ask for directions from that link to the college if you need to come and see us. So that's quite useful. Okay, what else? Okay, so I'll show you the registrants section. So this is the section that is most pertinent to all of you. And as you had in the past, it was a drop-down menu where you had a choice between the login and all the registration information. Fern and the webmaster, as well as the patient relations committee, mapped that specific page differently so that the information is broken down into smaller sections, which are specific to your needs. So you'll see the registration login is now a link on the left of the screen. Am I blocking anyone from the screen? Okay. Please let me know if I'm blocking your view, or it's really hard for me to navigate.
Can you stand on the other side of your computer and still?
Yeah, well, the projector is in the way. I would be blocking the flow of the projector, so that's why I'm kind of limited to this side. Okay, so I have to roll the mouse on the surface, so I'm sorry for turning around, but that's the only way I can do. Anyway, you'll have information about fees, restricted activities, liability insurance requirement, etc., which was very difficult to find on our old website, and now is just one click away. Any questions with regards to the registrant sections? Is it pretty straightforward? Okay. Okay. Well, if I do that, I'm going to lose, the Zoom is going to expand. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom in. Is that better? Clearer? Okay. Okay, so what else would be interesting? I'll show you employers and the public. This is where our public register will now sit. So if some of you are actually hiring dietitians and you want to verify if they're registered or not, or if they're temporary and we're taking the exam, have passed and moved to a full registration status, that's where you'll go. And you would click under registered dietitian, and then all the listings, alphabetical listing of dietitians will appear, and you can verify their registration status and restricted activities. So that hasn't changed. It's just in a different place. So if you forget after today where we put the public register, just remember that you could search for registered dietitians and it'll take you there. You'll get a link to go there. And there's information about public protection and hiring a dietitian. And there's also a new section about concerns and complaints. And this section features the information that Fern and I presented last year about our complaints process. And you have the legislation that relates to the complaint process there as well. So that it's a good section to consult. What else? Another, I think, section that's new and will be used as we expand it is a resources section. where we not only have our publications, but we'll also hold all our presentations. So for example, today's sessions will be posted there eventually, and you'll have access to them. And the information is, again, subdivided into different categories just to make it easier to find the resources. So if I click on presentations, I can see the different presentations that we've filmed over the years. And we archive them so they can just sit on our website. They don't have to disappear. And this section is still under construction, but I think it's going to be really useful to everyone. We've compiled a list of educational resources and also regulatory member association type of information that we get a lot of questions about, and we thought it would be really useful to include them on our website so that people have an easy access to them. So that's a new addition that was a lot of work, but I think makes our job and access to information very easy. So you'll probably see me coming with this one, but I think I'll end the brief overview of the website with quality assurance. Yes, there's a question?
Are the photos of actual members of the college?
No, the photos are professional photos that were purchased by the webmaster, yeah. But we did search for photos that look like dietitians in action. They're actually really difficult to find. But
hope the decision not to pay for the photos of actual dietitians, actual members, I guess.
I don't think we even thought about that. To actually take pictures of dietitians and add that to our website.
We, a couple of years ago, you might remember that we asked people to send in photos of dietitians at work, and we got several. Some of them weren't of super high quality, or the what's the word in art where the proportions and the context and that, where the composition wasn't ideal. So we ended up not using them, but we still do have them. So that's a really good idea. And if you take photos of yourselves at work and your colleagues,
we have your consent. Yeah.
Yes, we need consent.
We need your consent to publish them, but that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so any other questions with regards to the new website? Yes?
I haven't discovered it, but you can just tell me later if you don't want to cover it now. Is there a way to change your password?
Yes, there is. But you'll have to contact the office to do
Oh,
that.
I can't do it myself. Okay.
No, because we need a verification. If you remember your old password, all you have to do is go into your login, and then you can change your password in there. But if not, then please contact the office, and Marilyn or I will help you through that. Because when you call us, we have to verify that you are who you say you are, so there's a bit of a verification process there. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so the last section I want to show you is quality assurance. And this hasn't changed very much compared to the old website that we had. But I just wanted to show it to you because this is where you'll go to link to the new online CCP. So if you have to submit your professional development plan this year, you'll want to access the online continuing competence program right here. So I'll bring it up. I hope everyone can see this. So it says click here to access the online continuing competence program, and you still have access to the guidelines and examples that we have for CCP. So those not only sit on our website, but as you'll see, they're also available in the online CCP software program. So I'll just link to that right now. Bear with me while I just access the Skillshare portal. Some of you might already have done this. Okay, so does everyone remember, show of hands, who tried the online CCP? Okay, so there's a few people. So as you know, to access the new online CCP, you need your CDBC user ID as well as your password. It's the same password and login that you use to go into our database, so where your profile is saved. And please stop me if the lingo I'm using doesn't make sense to you. Please raise your hand, let me know. The important thing to remember about your user ID and your password is that if you do change your password, as the lady here was pointing out, you need to wait 24 hours for that password to become activated into Skillshare, because the communication between Skillshare and our database provider requires a 24-hour refresher window. So just keep that in mind if you ever happen to do that. Once you access the online CCP, the homepage will feature your registrant name, so you'll have a welcome, and it'll also link with the CDBC database and tell you if you're registered with restricted activities or not. And this is now important for continuing competence because the Quality Assurance Committee is now requiring that anyone who's registered with a restricted activity include one of their learning goals as relating to that practice. So in other words, if you have restricted activity A and B, enteral, parental, you have to indicate a learning goal that relates to either one practice. So just to make sure that people do consider that high-risk practice in their continuing competence. So that's a new requirement, and there are reminders throughout the new online program to remind you of that. So when you reach the home page, if not done already, I think I would recommend most of you look at the video tutorial. I'll launch it very briefly just to show you what it looks like. And this will be, I think it's a very helpful starting point because it tells you how to navigate throughout the online program. And it is very brief and it's superficial, so if you feel that you don't have enough information to start using the program, there's also a user guide which is more detailed, and I'll show you where that is.
You have to agree first.
I have to upgrade the software on this, on this browser. It's already too old. I've done this a week ago, but I guess it's not enough. So as you can see, the video tutorial requires that you have the latest Flash software, and this will prompt you automatically for it, so all you have to do is accept and upload the Flash software, and then you'll be able to play it. Okay, this is taking forever, so I might not be able to show
You have to click the box and then click install.
I have to wait for it to finish first before I agree.
Oh.
I'll try it. Oh, maybe. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, so you probably won't be able to hear the sound very well on this laptop, but I just wanted to show you how it takes you through the different sections. So I think there's real value into viewing the tutorial before you begin work in the online program. So everybody okay with that? Yeah? Okay. Pardon? Yes, you can. The online program is available to everyone now. It wasn't over the summer when we were piloting it, but since August 4th, it's been available to everyone. So you're more than welcome to go in. Remember that when you do go in, the first thing that you have to start with is filling out your self-assessment. And I've had a lot of questions from people saying, oh, well, you know, I used to keep track of my self-assessment on paper. I have different versions for different years. How do I reconcile all that information? I think the best way to approach it is to view your submission as a summary of what you've been doing over the past 3 years. So for example, people who are submitting this year on October 31st have to summarize for the